This is a Fox News alert from New York. I'm Marianne Rafferty. New details are coming in about meltdown fears at one of Japan's nuclear plants, which was damaged in Friday's 8.9 earthquake. Residents are now being warned to stay indoors after an explosion destroyed the roof and walls of the Fukushima #1 nuclear facility. That and another plant lost cooling capability following yesterday's destruction. Radioactivity at the plant was detected at 20 times over the normal level. Japan's Nuclear Safety Commission saying earlier that it now could be experiencing a meltdown. We've also heard that from a couple of nuclear experts who are looking at this from the outside, that they believe that this could be leading to a meltdown or a meltdown already in progress. Several workers there at that facility reported to be hurt in the explosion, including one who's trapped inside a crane. About 45,000 people who live within a 6-mile radius were reportedly evacuated earlier today. Now that evacuation radius could be extended with this newest threat after this explosion and smoke. But we want to go now to Fox News correspondent Adam Housley. He joins us now live on the phone from Tokyo. Hi, Adam. Can you tell us what you see now that you're there?
Yeah, Marianne, the sun has gone down here about 40 minutes ago, so it's now dark. But everywhere you look, we've come into the airport here in Tokyo, and there are still literally thousands of people that have been stranded here. The flights are starting to come in and out now much more consistently. We were one of the first flights to get out of the States that actually came over and landed. In fact, I think the only one from Los Angeles, which is normally a very popular route. As you leave customs here, you see people all outside sleeping in sleeping bags and on floors and all around on top of their suitcases. And they've got a couple of large television sets they've erected up on the walls, and it's showing the damage. And it has areas of Japan that's basically flashing in red where they've had significant damage, and other areas flashing where they are having the evacuations due to the nuclear issue. When we left earlier, about 11 hours ago or 12 hours ago, they were saying it was 2 to 3 times. Now, as you mentioned, up to 8 times, or no, was it up to 20 times? The numbers keep fluctuating pretty rapidly, and you can see some concern as people talk about the situation. Also, you're seeing people stockpiling a lot of foods. They're showing video on the screen of stores where there's long lines of people getting all sorts of food and supplies as they take it back to their homes. There are lights. The good news is when we flew in, it was starting to get dark, and you could see some significant number of lights on in the city. We're about 35 minutes or so outside of Tokyo, but you saw a lot of lights on, not everywhere, but you saw a lot more than what we were told what was happening last night. 24 hours ago, Marianne, it's hard to believe we were watching that video for the first time, and now being here, we're heading up that direction. Now, we have a couple of things we have to keep in mind. One, you have to worry about the areas that are closed down due to the nuclear threat, of course.
And Adam, talking about that nuclear threat, I want to go ahead and jump in here for just 1 second. We just received, this is just hitting the wires, that the Japanese government has confirmed that there has been a radiation leak at that quake-hit Fukushima #1 nuclear plant. That's the one our viewers are looking at right now, where the explosion occurred earlier, and we can see the smoke. There had been talk that there would be radiation leaked. We've talked to a couple of nuclear experts, and now the Japanese government confirming that there is indeed a radiation leak there. As you're there in the airport, I mean, have you talked to anybody yet? I mean, there must be a lot of fear, not just after we saw what the tsunami has done and the rescue and the recovery that's coming, but the fear of what's going on with these nuclear facilities, because we did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everyone's captivated the television set right now. It also hampers the relief efforts because Japan, where this reactor has gone down, is not a massive area, so you have to topography is already hinders some of the travel. Then you have the situation where a lot of the infrastructure has been either destroyed or severely damaged either by the earthquake or the tsunami. So just getting to the area without having to deal with a nuclear issue is difficult. Now you have that. You have to stay very wide of that. Of course, you don't want to go anywhere near where the nuclear release is taking place. So people are sitting here on couches on top of their suitcases. I'm looking at them right now, all watching, transfixed to the television that's on the wall. And they're showing right now, I believe, they are showing the area. Right, this video is probably from about an hour ago. It was before dark. They're showing an area up near where the reactor is. You can see workers walking away. They're showing another picture now of some of the damage from the ground. And everywhere you look, people have the concern on their face. When we were leaving Los Angeles, there were a lot of people trying to get here, and there were just no way. There were no flights going in. So it's a situation that we'll have a better chance to get a first-hand account when when the sun comes up in the morning. But it's a very serious situation in Japan, and we have been told. I know you guys have this information as well, but the U.S. Navy is in full swing. As we speculated last night, they were going to be reacting rather quickly, and that's definitely the case. There are a number of ships already over here, already on their way into the region. But that nuclear issue, once again, puts that has a lot of effects besides the people that live there in the region that are going to be affected by this. Has a lot of effects in the outlying areas, getting in for search and rescue and that kind of thing too.
We have heard from other people there in Japan that they are getting information pretty much minute by minute from the government. Is that what it appears there as you're at the airport? You said that everybody is pretty much transfixed on the television sets. But does it seem like that they are getting the information that they need?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the few people we've spoken with, are talking about what's going on. And every time I look over at the television, it seems like another Japanese leader of some sort is up there. Obviously I don't read Japanese, so I don't know which leader it is, but it's a different face. So they've had 2 or 3 what appear to be, officials talking, and then they'll go back to video over them. So it seems like the communication here has gotten significantly better since last night. And again, the good news also is a lot more electricity and power is on in the country, which is obviously a much better situation than we heard last night, when at one point there were 4 million homes and businesses and buildings without power. So that part is good news, but I'm watching these pictures come in. I know you guys have seen them there too. The damage is just so massive, and the area is massive. And then you bring in this whole the nuclear issue, and that just makes a very difficult situation that much more difficult.
That is exactly right, and it, you can only imagine how tough it's going to be for anybody that's out there needing to be rescued. With just all of the damage that's already been done, making it difficult for rescuers to get to them, and now on top of that, you've got this nuclear facility that is now exploded. Radiation leaking from that. People had already been evacuated that lived around this area within like a 6-mile radius. That's now been expanded. They've already evacuated something like 45,000 people. Now you're looking at evacuating more people. So you've got evacuations going on at the same time as you're trying to rescue people. That's going to prove to be challenging.
Exactly. And these are people that their homes may have survived the earthquake or tsunami, and now you're having to add them into the mix of the thousands who have had homes damaged or destroyed by either the tsunami or the earthquake, and that just brings that much more of a burden on the government. Hey, they're showing some video now, which is also good news. Some of the trains started moving in Tokyo, and I don't know if you guys have gotten that video in, which
we have not. That's one of the things we heard, is that transportation was just at a standstill.
I'm watching them right now. In fact, they're showing it. It's being shown as they're showing people getting on and leaving Tokyo proper on some of the trains. And as we know, especially here in Japan,
we're showing it now, Adam. We're showing people what you're seeing now.
That's an essential part of getting this country back up and rolling. I mean, it is obviously up and rolling, but having to recover from this, they're going to need everything they've got. And to see the trains moving again and getting people in and out of Tokyo, that's a huge, huge development.
All right, Adam Housley, we look forward to your reports. We know you're going to get out there. Fox News correspondent Adam Housley, thank you so much. And keep it right here on Fox News Channel for the very latest on that massive 8.9 quake in Japan.